Hello and welcome back to 20SomethingsTV Hot Topics. I'm your host, Matt, and I'm joined today by my co-hosts, Gavin, Michael, and Chris. Our first topic today is an update on the Alec Baldwin and the shooting in the the shooting that happened on the set of his movie Rust 18 months ago. Check out this clip.
Tonight, seen here for the first time, Alec Baldwin is back on the set of Rust as he was officially cleared of criminal charges today.
I was the one holding the gun, yeah. Okay.
The stunning legal about face comes 18 months to the day after the death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins. A source with knowledge of the investigation tells NBC News new prosecutors recently learned the Colt 45 handled by Baldwin had been modified with a new trigger, making it possible to misfire, as the actor, who's maintained his innocence, said before.
Wow. Yeah. So, I mean, we touched on this much earlier in the semester. I'm not sure if you're aware, but this is a pretty big update. He's been acquitted on all charges, but the big update is that the movie is now filming, which is kind of a shock. Should the movie be filming? Do you think it should still come out?
I think it's kind of crazy that they're still producing it.
I agree.
Like, same thing with the Crow, where, like, if somebody is killed on
Crow,
set,
yeah.
like, I don't know if you can really continue the movie in, like,
There
good
was
faith.
like a staff member on Rust that worked on The Crow, which was like a
That's
major staff member.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's-
no, and he was like in charge. He was like assistant stunt court. It was something crazy
That's-
like that. Yeah.
That's foreshadowing, if I've
That's
ever
a red
heard of it.
flag.
Like, yeah.
Super red flag. Yeah.
I know that the plot of the movie involved in it somewhere is like a man who accidentally kills someone and then he's
really?
hanged for it. Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
exactly. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't get it.
In Rust?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you
Yeah.
consider it disrespectful to the family?
I'm not sure, because it's interesting. It's like, should you continue filming it? Because would it be like in vain if you didn't, or should you completely stop it even like 2 years later? Either way, what do you think's going to happen when the movie's released? Because it's eventually going to be released.
I think a lot of people are going to go see it.
Yeah, that's,
It's
yeah.
going to bring in a lot of
sadly,
attention.
It might
Like,
make a lot of money. Yeah.
Sadly, it's going to do really well because people are going to want to find out
so maybe
what happens.
if it does that well, maybe they could do something with that money.
That is true.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Other than just make a profit.
Will they?
Definitely.
No.
No. But,
Absolutely. But I could be optimistic.
yeah, you could hope.
It's shocking. Yeah. Speaking of surprising outcomes, Coachella finally came to a close this past weekend, and it carried its fair share of surprises. We're going to start out with a clip right now, actually, to allude to some of those.
The ever-elusive musician turned in a performance that has divided some fans. Now, we can't show it to you because for some reason it wasn't live streamed. It was supposed to be just like the rest of Coachella. The show started nearly an hour late, with lots of people scrambling to put the stage together. At about 12:35, the screens on stage went black, and Ocean unceremoniously announced the show was over because they were past curfew.
What a disappointment.
Yeah. Obviously, this has been a huge story over the last couple weekends. A ton of stuff was happening at Coachella, not just this. I wanted to touch on other things like Labyrinth, who's very famous for making like the Euphoria soundtrack, brought out Zendaya to perform for like the first time in like 7 years or something. Metro Boomin brought out The Weeknd, and then obviously this Frank Ocean debacle happened, where he had like a full ice rink set up to have this massive set piece, and then that got canceled because he like broke his ankle or something, and a ton of other stuff happened. Should people be reimbursed, and like what are your thoughts on this?
Personally, I think you kind of got to know what you're getting yourself into in that kind of situation. You know, Frank Ocean is kind of like a recluse,
Yes.
and he doesn't make music too often. He definitely doesn't perform too often. And when he does, it's like the last time he performed, like 5 years ago or something like that. It was awesome. It was a great show, but that's like a once in like a lifetime kind of thing. Like you kind of got to expect that it's not going to be what you make it to be. If you're expecting like the greatest thing ever made, the greatest performance of all time, you're only going to get let down if it's just good. But at the same time, it is kind of a bummer how he just let a DJ play for like 20 minutes in the middle of his set.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that security guard that was like twerking or something.
Yeah.
Just throwing it back. Yeah.
Why don't we have a clip of that?
Yeah.
That's what I want to
clip.
see.
Seriously.
That's what the people are paying tickets for,
Yeah.
obviously.
That was the most shocking part of the show, to be completely honest.
It kind of sucks. I know I know that with especially Frank Ocean, you could not count on him really to be there, but also waiting an hour for someone to come out and then having
people waited like
it's
12
bad.
hours.
Yeah,
It was like 8 a.m. People rushed to the front so they could wait, and they waited for like 12 hours.
I know, but at the, like coming out an hour late though, that happens at every
that
music
happens all
festival.
the time.
That can happen.
That's something that I feel like
I'm sure it happened to other people at Coachella as well. Just
Definitely.
Yeah.
Even if you go to a concert, just like a normal concert where you're gonna see, you're gonna see a great hour and a half, 2 hour show, the artist is gonna come out like a good hour or two late.
Yeah.
That's just what happens. And the whole curfew thing too, it's just a bummer with music festivals.
That makes no sense to me.
I
Having
guess
a 1 a.m. curfew.
What is the reason?
There's a curfew at 1 a.m. and I'm
guessing it's
Is
a
it for the
law.
fine? Is it so they can
I-
just collect it because they know they're gonna go over?
Well, I think it was probably for like safety reasons. I mean,
Yeah.
like Miami
Yeah.
Beach, obviously there's some crazy stuff that went down there for like spring break and stuff, probably just being
Oh, definitely.
precautionary measure, yeah.
Definitely. I attended a music festival a few years ago, and like it was scary. Like it was muddy on the ground. People were getting trampled. People were getting stepped over. You get caught in like a whirlwind of people, and you feel your whole rib cage get crushed. Like it's wild. So I can definitely see why they would have that curfew there. But an hour-long set, that's kind of what you got to expect at these music festivals.
That's still an hour, but I
I think it was a half hour, his set.
It was?
He only performed for a half hour. He came out an hour late and then he performed for a half hour.
Well, damn. Wow.
that is
Half
that
hour
is
is, I mean,
that's
I've heard of
rougher.
45-minute sets, but a half hour is legitimately, it's a bit short.
That's very short.
I was
Yeah.
really excited this year for Coachella because a band whose shirt I'm wearing right now,
Oh, yeah,
Knocked Loose performed, which is a hardcore punk band, and to say their music does not fit the set list is an understatement. But I'm really excited about that because I think that'll throw hardcore punk more into the mainstream and more towards just a larger audience.
I agree, yeah. I think Blink-182 actually replaced
back,
Frank
yeah.
Ocean as like the headliner.
Yeah, that's
the second weekend.
That's sweet. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, like Blink-182 and like Fred Again came out for him, which is cool. I like Fred Again. He's like an EDM music producer. I think that's cool. I love Blink. I love Blink.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
Do you guys have any thoughts on any of like the specific sets?
Not much. It was really fun to see the Knock Loose set teaching
Yeah.
people how to mosh live during the
Okay.
show. Was
Responsibly,
quite funny.
of course. Yeah.
I liked and Blink-182. I don't remember the guy's name, but one of the singers with a very nasally voice, and he sings in "Miss You." Where are you?
Yeah, where are you?
He was away from the band for a long time, because of like problems with Travis Barker, and like he's kind of a tool, and I guess the two of them kind of butt heads. But he came back and performed with them for the very first time.
Oh, really?
And I thought that was really cool. Being
I didn't know that.
when I was like a teenager, I loved Blink, and then seeing him back when he's old, his voice doesn't sound the same as when it did when he was younger. But it was still a cool thing to see that kind of reunion on stage.
He still sounded nasally.
Yeah, he did.
That's what counts.
Yeah,
He sounded
that's
like
what
that.
counts.
Yeah.
Dude needs some Mucinex. Like he's good.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's funny.
That's definitely true.
Someone that was not actually at Coachella was up-and-coming EDM artist Elon Musk. He wasn't there. He was instead he was busy launching a rocket or something for SpaceX. We have a clip of that as well, if you'd like to play that.
Yeah, it does appear to be spinning, but I do want to remind everyone that everything after clearing the tower was icing on the cake.
Jeez.
Did they clap when that blew up?
I guess they did.
They-
I mean, well, there's no one on it. It was,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
an
it's a-
unmanned rocket.
I know, but still, they're like, oh wow, it only blew up 4 minutes into its
Yeah, yeah.
journey this time.
Truck-
That's awesome. Like,
I believe it was actually the largest rocket to take off.
Yeah.
Which is,
Most powerful rocket ever built.
this man and his toys.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Come
It's
on.
going to carry like 150 tons or something like that. He wants to use it to bring whole civilizations onto other planets. Like that's what he thinks. He
Does
wants
it
to have
drive
a
itself?
Kind of. Yeah. Actually, all rockets do.
It drive itself to
Yeah.
explode?
I guess so.
Well, no. Apparently, that is a like a mechanism. If the rocket were to go off course or do something, something, they would rather it explode in the air than crash into like the desert or maybe like a small town or a city or something like that. So seeing that the rocket exploded was in some way a success, to know that it is possible, it will happen. And it did. I saw there's like some silt on a town.
Yeah, there was a small town. I forgot. I think I wrote it down here.
I
did not. Yeah. It's like Port Bella or something like that.
Yes, something like that.
6,000 people live there or something.
Yeah, it created some silt, which is a problem, and I really hope that Elon will send someone out there, a cleaning crew, to take care of everybody and make sure no one's getting sick or breathing in that dust. But it is pretty exciting. You have a rocket that big, and it's doing kind of what you want it to do. So we could see like some serious space travel in the near future.
NASA wants to use it for their new Artemis program, which is supposed to take humanity back to the moon and
I heard about
Mars.
that, yeah.
That's awesome.
Like the last couple of weeks they announced that, yeah.
Little known fact, I'm big aerospace fan. Was originally going to be an aerospace engineer, except I'm bad at it. So now I'm here.
It's fine, that's fine. This actually leads me to one of my questions I wanted to ask. Would you guys go to like space with a company like SpaceX, or now Jeff Bezos, he's taking like William Shatner to space or something?
What? No way.
That was like a couple of years ago, yeah.
Oh my God.
He was supposed to take William Shatner and Pete Davidson to space.
Pete Davidson?
And Pete Davidson dropped out like a couple days before.
Oh man, I want a live stream of that. I want
like-
to see what they talk about. That's crazy.
Would
First
you
of all,
would you guys go to
missed
space?
opportunity.
With like these private companies?
I think I would go to space. Honestly, if I was
think I would too.
if I was presented with the offer, I might even move to Mars. You know, that'd be pretty cool. Seeing a new horizon, new territory, a fresh start. That might not be too bad.
I would love to just go to low Earth orbit, come back down. I don't know if I could fully be a colonist on Mars.
Yeah.
Just because 2 years there, it would be 2 years back, even if you're just going for like 8 months or something. It would be rough. But no, I'd be very excited to go to space if I was presented the opportunity.
I already see you're shaking your head.
You guys are ballsy. I would never do that. No, I wouldn't. You could not do anything to make me go to space. And I don't mind flying or anything like that. I actually love to fly, but the idea of
It's different, yeah.
You know what it comes down to, honestly?
Huge risk involved.
No, I love oxygen.
Okay.
So think about it. I'm not
Big
going
oxygen
down
fan? Big
there,
oxygen guy?
And I'm not going underground either. Like I will be underground one day when I'm. But
Yeah.
I'm talking about like submarines. It's the same concept to me. Like I don't know why. It's a lot of trust in science and technology.
We
and I know
live in
there's
New
people that
England.
can
We
do
have
that.
the Boston tunnels. What are you talking
I
about?
love those. See, I love those tunnels. The Big Dig, awesome, love it. But no. And also I'd get lonely.
Yeah.
Come on.
Remember James Cameron? He manned like his own like single-person submarine to the bottom of like the Mariana Trench.
Yeah.
That's horrifying.
The man stuck with a
A
movie
10-hour
for 10
trip
years. He's
straight
obviously
down.
crazy.
It's pitch black.
Yeah.
And you're in a cramped-up submarine. I would die. I think.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know about that, but you could see some cool stuff down there, though. Imagine seeing like one of the big piranhas.
Oh,
from,
yeah.
like, one of the movies.
They can
Yeah.
take pictures of those and bring them back.
That's true. That's definitely true. But it would be cool to see stuff like that firsthand. You know, there's always it's cool that we can explore things, and now we're coming to an age like James Cameron. He's a movie guy.
Yeah.
And I'm a movie guy. That means I could travel
could
to
do
the
that,
Mariana
yeah.
Trench if
You
I
almost
wanted
dropped
to.
out completely.
Yeah, I know. It's cool that we have that ability to kind of go and visit new things and experience new things, see new life forms and whatever. And the thought of space and aliens or just like water on a new planet or something, even though it may sound crazy and it may sound over the top and we may never encounter anything like that, just the hope of that is very intriguing, and it interests me for sure.
I agree. Well, anyway, that's going to do it for today's episode of 20 Somethings TV. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thank you on behalf of all of us.